Just a couple nights ago, Luka Doncic just had the best game I've ever seen with my own two eyes. He dropped a 60-point, 20 rebound, 10 assist, triple-double, and made a 9-point comeback under 30 seconds to win a game against the New York Knicks in overtime, which was just an absolutely amazing individual performance and takeover. And then just a couple days later, Donovan Mitchell had a better game. He dropped a 71-point, 11 assist, and 8 rebound double-double and had an overtime victory against the Chicago Bulls in one of the best performances, even better than Luka's, and is now the 8th NBA player to score 70 points in a game. Game score is a stat used to measure each player's individual productivity and impact on a game. So Luka Doncic's 60-point triple-double from the other night clocked in at number 5 until Donovan Mitchell's game is now number 3 behind Michael Jordan's 1990 69-point game and Kobe's famous 81-point game. And now because of this, he's now at 3 and Luka's game has now been bumped down to 6. I mean, that's just shown just within a span of a week, 2 of the top 10 performances in NBA history we've just witnessed with our two eyes. It's crazy. This video isn't just about Luka Doncic or Donovan Mitchell, it's about the rise in individual performances taking over the NBA in recent weeks. On December 23rd, Luka dropped 50 points in a victory against the Rockets, but he wasn't the only one who had a great night that night. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in a loss to the Pelicans dropped 44, Joel Embiid dropped 44, RJ Barrett dropped 44, he's been great recently, and Tyrese Haliburton dropped 43. And this is the first time in NBA history where 5 different players on a night have scored 40 plus. Those 5 were the first 5 to score 40 on a night. And then this record happened again, just exactly 1 week later. On December 30th, 2022, LeBron on his birthday dropped 47 points in a victory against the Hawks. Then Giannis and Zach LaVine dropped 43, CJ McCollum dropped 42, and Jordan Poole dropped 41, becoming the second group of 5 players to drop 40 in a singular night. And that was the second time it happened. And then yesterday, on Jan 2nd, 2023, it happened a third time in the span of 2 weeks. Donovan Mitchell, like I said, dropped the 71 points. Klay Thompson had an amazing game, hitting 10 threes, dropped 54 points in a double OT victory. And then DeMar dropped 44 points. LeBron has been amazing recently. He dropped 43 points. And Joel Embiid, he's also been on the tier, dropped 42 points. So just in the span of the last 2 weeks, something that's never happened in NBA history happened 3 times. However, scoring is much higher in 2023 than even the great season of 2021 and 2020 or even 2022. So in the past couple seasons, the most 40-point games in a season has been around the mark of 120, which is how the last couple seasons have been going. So far, through around 35 or 36 games in this season, there have been 87 40-point games by all NBA players. So if you average it out and project this for all 82 games, that means that there's going to end up with over 192 40-point games. Well, obviously that's just a projection and it's going to be a bit lower. But no matter what, they're going to do much better than the record of 120, and the amount of individual 40-point performances is much higher and will set an NBA record because of how amazing the scoring or how high the scoring has been this season, at least for individual players. Because in an NBA where anyone can pop off any night because the players are being developed to be offensive weapons, where the defense is not bad, it's just the offense is better. This season, we've already seen guys like Jeremy Grant, Kristaps Porzingis, RJ Barrett, or Karis LeVert all drop 40 plus in a game. And while these guys are still good quality NBA players, you don't often think of them as 40-point scorers or a guy who can go off. But in the NBA, with how it is, anybody can go off on any night. Like I mentioned, RJ Barrett was having one of the worst starts to an NBA season, and now he's had a better string of games, and right before he got injured he was playing much better. And so that just shows anybody can play good in the NBA when it is their night. Even guys like Darius Garland and Tyrese Haliburton, who are up-and-coming great point guards who have shown most of their ability as decent scorers but much better facilitators and playmakers and passers, have also scored 40 plus this season, showing that these guys also have the tools to take off on any night. And that just makes what makes the NBA so much more special now and going forward, and that's what makes the game so much closer this season. As you've noticed that every game, a lot of games are closer, and there's a lot more parity and tightness in the standings, And there are a lot of teams, one like the Indiana Pacers, who've been much better than people thought because of talent on the roster who can impact winning and have such great individual performances. And so I think this is really good for the NBA moving forward, and so just make it a much better and bigger league because of how anybody can truly win any game. And this is what I love about the NBA. Going back to game score, there have been 3 top 10 performances this season, something that's just amazing, and I don't think that's ever happened in NBA history as far as my knowledge. So the 3 top 10 games are obviously the Donovan Mitchell 70-point game that sits in at number 3, and then we have the Luka Doncic amazing 60-point, 20-rebound triple-double that comes in at number 6, and the very great Joel Embiid 55-point and a bunch of other great stats. That game came in at number 9. And one thing I also do want to talk about is that there are a lot of players now that are making a great case for MVP, which is going to be very hard to decide. Like Donovan Mitchell has been very underrated actually. I mean, he got put into the spotlight because of the 70-point game. But you also have Luka Doncic, you have Zion, who's entering the conversation, and the Pels are looking good. You have Nikola Jokic, you have Joel Embiid, you have Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant. I mean, there are so many guys you can really consider. I mean, heck, you can even consider LeBron and Steph if Steph comes back and plays at such a good level. But there are so many guys playing good and have a chance to be MVP and who are putting up great numbers. And I think Nikola Jokic might even have a shot at three-peating because his team is actually playing really good. And the argument people had against Jokic in the past was that he didn't have a high seed, but this year his team is currently the number 1 seed. But I'm not sure if there's going to be recency bias, and I don't think he's going to get that 3rd MVP in a row. But there's a bunch of guys like Luka has now brought the Mavs up to the 4th seed on a 7-game win streak. Cleveland's playing well. You have Joel Embiid and the Sixers who are hot, and they've been playing well. So the NBA is full of talent, and there's so much more parity in the NBA, which is much better for the NBA as a whole when it comes to the product that they're releasing. So I'm pretty sure they're happy about all these performances. I mean, the product is what people want to watch, and when there are so many guys putting out amazing performances like this every day and every night, it's just amazing for the NBA. Thank you guys for watching, and that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys want any more videos, let me know. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you, and bye.